when you discover, expose a lot within you. The lessons are sometimes hard or sometimes funny. My message is to be aware of when it is that you're actually convincing yourself of lies, when you're living in your own made up fantasy and not even realizing that that is happening, where you're so good at believing something that you convince yourself that it's true, and you kind of operate in that way. Sometimes you don't wake up from that for many years or many days, and then sometimes something hits you over in the head and it's like, yo, you've been living in a fantasy. I will admit that it has to do with the romantic part of my life, especially lately when I'm doing all the transformational breathwork journeys that are really releasing a lot of traumas and old patterns, meditating every day, writing in my journal. Like, it's becoming really clear to me, just kind of running around in circles, making the same mistakes. The soul absolutely wants us to thrive and to be in love and to be loved, to feel love. But sometimes we have a version of that that isn't actually love. It's just this like pretend version that we think is love. And then we kind of act out and go for this false version of what real love is. When you do the work to really open your heart, to really open up the awareness of your truth, of the truth of love, the truth of what tuning into your soul really is, start peeling back the facade that your mind has been creating. There is a difference between real, true, authentic, deep, passionate love and the kind that you're looking for externally. It just doesn't happen from an outside source. You can't not love yourself and apply real love to a fake version of love that your mind makes up. It is not the easiest to look at yourself or look at parts of your life that you're doing that with. And especially people who are visionaries and manifestors and conscious. I know that there's so much information out there of envisioning, putting yourself in the feeling of. That's a little different than what I'm actually speaking about, because I know the difference between when I'm trying to envision or envisioning a future and feeling the feelings of, or making up this reality in my head that isn't really existing. The wake up happens when you're just exhausting all avenues that are supposed to lead to what you think is your version of love. And when it just it doesn't happen, then you really have to look at yourself and be like, what is it that I'm doing that is not aligning with this? The soul is always communicating, always sending its messages to us, to our heart. I think our minds interpret it in whatever way it interprets. And a lot of times that interpretation is fear-based and it's lack-based and it's based on these traumas, these patterns that we collected growing up. Like, we just can't escape that if we're on this conscious journey to be true love. And so today I'm asking you to look at yourself and ask, in what area of your life are you believing lies that you're making up? Because I've certainly had to sober up and realize that I'm basically lying to myself in a lot of ways when it comes to an approach, when it comes to this area of my life. I would venture to say that when you are in a relationship with somebody, it might even be more prevalent or easier to just have these thoughts in your head about the other person or about the relationship, when the truth is it isn't the reality of that. Deep down inside, we know the difference. We know whether we're lying to ourselves, certainly when we're lying to others, when we're actually tuning into the truth, to the love, to the soul of our inner being that is always available to us. It's just work, or maybe not work, it's focus. And it is courage, because to have the courage to look at yourself in a way where you realize that you haven't been honest with yourself, that's not easy. I think that together with people's support and with reaching out and communicating to other people, or maybe even journal writing or tools like transformational breath work or meditation. These are all tools that are tuning us to our truth, our wholeness, our love, our nature. And so I have been doing that. I think there's been an accumulation of these tools that I've been practicing where something is just really shifting and changing inside of me. And honestly, if that wasn't happening, I don't know that I would be here creating this video and actually posting it. There is something happening, an awakening, a mass revealing of our true nature, that we're all in it together. And the more of us that do that, keep looking inward and shift and change our own internal alignment and attunement with our soul, with our source, we're actually lighting the possibility for others to do the same thing. So if you ever feel down or no purpose, like just know that the light in you is needed by all of us. Even if one person lights themselves up, it can't be bright enough. There's just more layers because there's more people and more souls and more of us that are needing to wake up and to just tune into that bigger purpose, that bigger energy flow that's available and flowing to all of us. But unfortunately, a lot of us just get stuck in a pattern of protecting ourselves or not wanting to feel those really hard emotions. It's brave. When you face that, it is brave. And things do materialize and manifest in ways you would have never, ever anticipated, because you don't know what's on the other side of opening up yourself to the love nature that you are, to the soul of who you really truly are. So today I encourage you to do it. I'm going to continue to look at where it is that I've been behaving in this way and believing in this way and shifting and opening it up so that I can really live in my fullness, in my soul integrity on a daily basis. It may not be consistent and I will fall off and I will fail, but that is my dominant intention, and intentions are so powerful. This is very clear, and I know this is the truth for me. I know this is the truth for you and everyone who's on this journey to tune into our soul and get on key in every area of life so that abundance and freedom and joy and beautiful relationships, creativity, and whatever comes out of that creativity and inspiring others to be creative is what we're all about, because we really truly are all in this together. So I send you lots of love, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.